What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pete Money. Blazers get a 136, 131, come from behind victory with all reserves playing tonight. Let's go over all the team stats. For the Kings, they shoot 50 of 96 for 52% from the field. They go 18 of 43 for 42% from the three-point land. They go 13 of 16 for 81% from the free throw line. Of their 50 made baskets, they get 25 assists. They pull down 35 rebounds, 12 offensive. They get 5 steals, have a block, and 10 turnovers. For the Blazers, they shoot 53 of 91 for 58% from the field. They go 14 of 24 for 58% from the three-point land. They go 16 of 22 for 73% from the free throw line. Of their 53 made baskets, they only get 19 assists. They pull down 44 rebounds, 14 of those offensive. They get 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 12 turnovers. Individual stats for the Kings goes De'Aaron Fox sizzles in his time on the court. He goes for 17 points on 8 of 10 shooting. He goes 1 of 1 from 3, finishes up with a plus 19. He pulled down a rebound, had 9 assists and a turnover. Bielika finished up with 10 points on 3 of 4 shooting. He goes 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 10. He also had an assist. Harrison Barnes finished up with 10 points on 2 of 4 shooting. He goes 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 16. He pulled down 3 rebounds, also had 3 assists. Buddy Hield finished up with 9 points on 3 of 6 shooting. He goes 3 of 5 from 3. He finished up with a plus 16. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 3 total, dished out 2 assists, and had a turnover. Willie Cauley-Stein finished up with 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting. He goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 6. He had 2 offensive rebounds and had 5 total. And the Kings were up huge in the first half, so they pretty much didn't play their starters anymore. But for the bench, Marvin Bagley led all Kings with 20 points on 8 of 15 shooting. He goes 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Finished up with a -3. He pulled down 9 rebounds, had a turnover, and a steal. Yogi Ferrell finished up with 17 points on 7 of 13 shooting. He goes 3 of 6 from 3, finished up with a -12. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 2 assists, and a turnover. Bogdanovich finished up with 15 points on 5 of 16 shooting. He goes 3 of 11 for 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -18. He pulled down a rebound, had an assist, and a turnover. Mason III finished up with 15 points on 6 of 13 shooting. He goes 2 of 6 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -26. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had an assist, and 2 turnovers. Williams finished up with 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He finished 0 of 1 from 3. He got himself a -19. He also pulled down 2 offensive rebounds. Caleb Schwannigan, Biggie, finished up with 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3. He finished up with a -8. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had 7 total, dished out 3 assists, had 2 steals, and a block. Johnson finished up with 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3, finished up with a -2. And Corey Brewer finished up for the Kings with a -14. He didn't take any shots. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 3 assists, had 3 turnovers, and 2 steals. For the Blazers, they only ran 6 guys tonight, all reserve players. And Anfernee Simons went all the way off. He finished up with 37 points on an efficient 13 of 21 shooting. He goes 7 of 11 from three-point land. He finished up 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He got himself a +5. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had 6 total, dished out a game-high 9 assists, had only 2 turnovers, which were late in the game, where he played all 48 minutes. And he also had himself a steal, so excellent game from Anfernee Simons, leading his team to victory tonight.
Skal Labissiere also helped. He finished up with 29 big points on an efficient 12 of 17 shooting. He goes 2 of 2 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -9. He pulled down 4 offensive rebounds, had a game high plus 15 total. He had an assist, had 2 turnovers, had 2 steals, and a block. So excellent games, both from Simons and Labissiere. Meyers Leonard got himself a start tonight, and he finished up with 19 points on 8 of 13 shooting. He goes 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a team high plus 11. He pulled down 4 offensive rebounds, had 11 total, dished out 3 assists, and had 3 turnovers. Jake Layman, he finished up with 19 points on 7 of 15 shooting. He goes 2 of 3 from 3, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He finished up with a +5. He pulled down 4 rebounds, dished out 2 assists, had 4 turnovers, and a steal. Gary Trent Jr. finished up with 19 points on 8 of 19 shooting. He goes 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He also finished up with a +5. He pulled down 2 rebounds, dished out 3 assists, had a turnover, had a steal, and a block. And for the bench, only one guy, Zach Collins. He finished up with 13 points on 5 of 6 shooting. He goes 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished up with a +8. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had 6 total, and got himself an assist. So, excellent game from these guys. Playing only 6. Everybody playing big minutes. For them to be able to come out in the second half and outscore the Kings 74-44 was huge. But for the first half, Simons ended up with 23 points on an efficient 9 of 13 shooting. Goes 4 of 7 from 3. And he didn't sit at all. Also, Trent Jr. and Jake Layman, they both played all minutes tonight. Skal Labissiere, big time. In the first half, he finished up with 14 points on 6 of 9 shooting. Goes 1 of 1 from 3. Had 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. For the Kings, they could not miss in the first half. First quarter, they scored 39 points. And then in the second quarter, they scored 48 points. They shot 67% from the field, 65 from 3. They also had 18 assists on 32 field goals made. So they were cooking. At the time, they had 5 players in double figures. Also, Zach Collins, he finished up with 9 points on 4 of 4 shooting, went 1 of 1 from 3. Now, he also had 4 rebounds and an assist, and that was all in 8 minutes at the time. But Blazers kept fighting. They ended up going down at one point by 28 points and fought all the way back for this win. So, huge night from the Blazers, young guys. With the win, Blazers secured the 3rd seed and will face OKC in a matchup of Northwest Division rivals, where OKC won the season series 4-0. So I know the Blazers are ready to get some get back. That was the 32nd home win of the season, 53rd on the season. Blazers have not won 53 games since Dame's second season, which was the 2013-14 season, where they won 54 games. For the playoffs, the matchups are in. So we got, for the West, Golden State versus the Clippers. We got the Nuggets versus Spurs. We got, as I said, the Blazers versus OKC. And we also have Houston versus Utah. All excellent series. Look forward to all of those. For the East, we got the Bucks versus the Pistons. We got Toronto versus Orlando. We got Philadelphia versus Brooklyn. We also have Boston versus Indy. So both sides have excellent matchups. I do believe that the home teams will come out victorious in all of these. So I do look forward to seeing how each team matches up. Even though the teams that I'm saying will win, like Houston versus the Jazz, that's a close matchup. I also believe OKC versus Portland is a pretty close matchup. Also, Nuggets versus Spurs. So I definitely look forward to the Western Conference playoffs. For the East, I think the Bucks may lose one game. Toronto, probably the same. Philly, they may lose one or two because Brooklyn can get hot. So I'll say that's probably going to be a 6-game series. But Boston and Indy, I say Indy might get one. But other than that, I don't really see much out of Indy, unfortunately, with the loss of Victor Oladipo. So as far as matchups for the Blazers and OKC, definitely looking forward to Cantor versus Adams. That's going to be a battle of two big men that like to stay in the post, like to gobble up offensive rebounds. So that's going to be an excellent matchup to see. Russ versus Dame, of course. Russ versus Dame, they stay having great battles, so I look forward to that one. Paul George and CJ McCollum, excellent matchup right there. Paul George was MVP candidate until OKC kind of went on a bad losing streak, so it kind of fell out all the way. Schroeder versus Seth Curry, that's another good matchup that I like to see. Aminu versus Jeremy Grant, that's another good matchup. Jeremy Grant's a real springy guy, so I look forward to that. Also, Portland's bench versus OKC bench. Who is going to be able to close out if Russ and PG don't have it? Is it going to be Schroeder? Is it going to be Adams? Who will be that third guy? That is what I'm looking forward to seeing. OKC did finish the season up on a 5-game win streak. 2 of the games, though, against Houston. Houston, that was a close game. That was same as Blazers game yesterday against the Lakers, except for Blazers were tied. At the time, OKC was down, so Paul George hit a big 3 to seal that win for them. So we will see how these playoffs go. I look forward to them. But other than that, this is your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to all my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm off this.